Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, for we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control.
Do you know the places hidden from the world? Where decisions about our lives are made, not by the people we elect, but by those in the shadows? These are the places where ruthless policies are shaped, leaving the common man struggling. You. Yes, you, the everyday American, distracted by fear of losing a job, by divisions among each other, too worn down to see what's happening behind the curtain. John F. Kennedy warned us about this shadowy force decades ago in the heart of the American Republic. There is a grave danger that the need for increased security will be exploited by those eager to broaden its scope into censorship and concealment. This danger has significantly intensified since the end of the Cold War, as intelligence agencies and government institutions have expanded their reach under the guise of national security. With the rise of mass surveillance programs, secret courts, and unchecked execution of government powers like the Patriot Act, the balance between safety and freedom has tilted, allowing the deep state to operate with even greater secrecy and control.
The road to power is paved with hypocrisy and casualties. Never regret.
This shadowy force, known as the deep state, has only grown stronger since Kennedy's warning. A network of unelected officials, intelligence agencies, defense contractors, and political elites that influence policies behind closed doors. For decades, they've shaped foreign policy, orchestrated wars, and manipulated financial markets. Their ultimate goal? To maintain power, no matter the cost to the American people.
Look, we have an antitrust problem all across America. We've way over-consolidated every industry. You used to have 100 major defense contractors, you're really at 5 now.
That's right.
And they really behave like a cartel. And they pay almost a brigade's worth of lobbyists, a couple thousand, that infect Washington, D.C.
This secret empire has led to a frightening wealth gap. The rich have gotten richer, while the American middle class has been decimated. But then came Donald Trump, a political outsider, a businessman, and an unexpected threat to their plans. From the moment Trump took office, the deep state fought back. Endless investigations, smear campaigns, and attempts to undermine his authority. Was this just political division, or was it something more sinister? A coordinated effort to take down a man they couldn't control. The mainstream media, once seen as a watchdog for the people, became a tool for the deep state, pushing biased narratives and vilifying Trump at every turn.
Trump talking about retribution.
And going after people is disrespect of our military.
The military people that he's disgraced.
91.
Criminal felonies.
4 different indictments.
He mishandled classified documents.
Taking documents.
Now his desire to do away with NATO.
Donald Trump talks about abandoning Ukraine.
He said he'll be a dictator on day one.
If he's going to be a dictator on day one, he's going to be a dictator, period.
That kind of stuff scares me.
But Trump isn't fighting alone. A new alliance has emerged, outsiders who share his vision of dismantling the deep state. Robert Kennedy Jr., nephew of John F. Kennedy, carries the legacy of his family's fight against secretive powers. Just like his uncle, who warned about the dangers of secret societies and unchecked government control, Robert Kennedy Jr. has become a vocal critic of political elites and corporate influence. Elon Musk, the tech visionary, is also challenging the establishment by promoting free speech and transparency, particularly with his acquisition of Twitter. And J.D. Vance, a rising senator, brings political momentum to the movement, aiming to reform Washington's entrenched bureaucracy. Together, they are working to liberate America from the grip of this hidden force, pushing for transparency, accountability, and the return of power to the people.
Welcome to the Team America rally.
Should be elected to a second term of the White House.
Things like freedom of speech, the right to bear arms, these things in the Constitution that are actually, important. If Trump doesn't win, I think we're doomed. We're in the doom loop at that point. So.
As America gears up for another pivotal election, it's no longer about Republicans versus Democrats. It's a battle between the American people and the deep state. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, mere puppets in the grand scheme, have shown their inability to tackle this hidden empire. It's not about Trump, Kennedy, Musk, and Vance, but about a new hope emerging out of a collective wisdom, the wisdom of the American nation, while identifying the nuisance of the deep state. The question is, will this collective wisdom rise the American public as combating the deep state? Or will the deep state prove too deeply entrenched?
This battle isn't just political. It's existential. The future of America hangs in the balance. The deep state might be vast, but the resistance is growing stronger. The upcoming election will decide whether the shadow government continues to rule or whether a new era of transparency and freedom begins. This is no ordinary election. It's the fight for America's soul. If you want to stay informed, subscribe, like, and leave your thoughts in the comments below.